And despite the fact that we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the only one that decides who lives and who dies, and he decides this on Rosh Hashanah, as the Gemara in Masechet Beitzah says this on page 16, and so does the Gemara in Masechet Rosh Hashanah on page 16. Hashem also told us that there are things that influence his decision. Things that we can do to give us more life. Because when a person is judged in Shemaim to live or to die, Hashem does not only judge that person, but also every single person that will be affected by it. His mother and father, his siblings, his wife, his kids, his friends, his co-workers, employees, long-distance friend that he hasn't spoken to in years. Everyone gets judged because everyone will be affected by it. And therefore the Chachamim say that one of the greatest things that a person can do is have a very close relationship with a tzaddik, because that tzaddik can save his life. Because if, let's say, he has been decreed to die for whatever sin he made or whatever happened that made this pretty much a day that is going to hurt a lot of people, and according to the calculations of heaven, the parents deserve it, the kids deserve it, the spouse deserves it, the business partner deserves it. But yet he has a friend. He hasn't spoken to him in 20 years. And in the last 20 years, that friend has done tshuva. He's watched the Be'ezrat Hashem rabbis teaching Torah. He's done tshuva. He learns Torah. He does mitzvot. He dedicates his life to Torah. And that tzaddik, although he hasn't heard from his friend in 20 years, he has purified himself so much that his judgment is not to deserve to have any harm. And if he hears that his long-lost friend has died, it would cause him sorrow. And for that, the Chachamim say, Hashem will not let him die. That tzaddik can save his life. But how many of us can say that we have a close relationship with someone that's a tzaddik? In fact, how can we know? So there's another way. By the same calculation, we see that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu decides what he's going to decide on Rosh Hashanah, he's going to evaluate the person and everyone around them. And therefore, if a person makes himself a benefactor of the public, meaning more and more people need him. People need him to teach. People need him to give tzedakah. People need him to help them in different ways, to give them guidance, to give them a house, to whatever it is. He's a benefactor of the public. The greater of a benefactor he is to the public, the more the public needs him, the more there's a reason for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to leave him in this world. Because even if none of those people are tzaddikim, the fact is that he's still a vessel that Hashem is using in this world to benefit his people, to benefit the world.